If it ain't love, it ain't nothing.
Peace and power to the true and living. What's good, fam? Seaborn Nacirfa-Sun, and I am you. Yo, I'm excited to be coming at you with another reflection. And actually, I've been trying to do this much sooner, but I've just been so busy and really haven't had the time to sit down and get it done. So I told myself today, I don't care what's going on, I'm going to make sure that I get this reflection done before I go to sleep. Otherwise, I am not going to sleep. Because as I mentioned, man, there is so much information to put out here because the truth is becoming more and more lost as this Luciferian darkness is spreading. You know what I'm saying? It's spreading like wildfire because now it's being done under the force of the law. You know what I mean? And one of the things that, that the Luciferian, that Lucifer and his disciples are going to use to bring about the downfall and enslavement of humanity is, this whole thing with gender, you know what I'm saying? The confusion of gender. So the title of this video is Gender Confusion Part 2, because I want to go a little deeper than I did the first time. You know what I mean? This is one of the things that we really have to pay attention to, because as I've been saying, the ultimate goal of this Luciferian agenda, you know what I'm saying, this Luciferian rebellion against the Creator is to bring about the spiritual enslavement and destruction of, the work of God, you know what I'm saying, and human beings being a part of the work of God, you know what I'm saying. Lucifer wants to destroy all of that, you know what I mean. So we have to be mindful of this, you know what I mean. We have to know how the game is played so that we don't, so that we can liberate ourselves from this Luciferian agenda, because we have already fallen victim, you know what I'm saying. So it's not, even to say that we need to know this so we don't fall victim. We have already fallen victim. So now that we're at a place where we have to liberate ourselves from this Luciferian darkness. And the only way we can do it is with knowing the truth of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? As they say, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. You know what I mean? That is literally true. Only the word of God, you know what I'm saying? The word of God is the truth. And only that can set you free. Only that can liberate us from this Luciferian darkness, which is aimed at bringing the spiritual destruction of humanity. So today I want to take some time and go deeper into this whole thing with gender. You know what I mean? Because more and more people are just becoming so confused as to, you know what I'm saying, this whole thing with gender. What is gender? How many genders are there? You know what I'm saying? And then you also have the whole thing with homosexuality and transgender and all those things. So today I want to take some time to go a little deeper into the origins of homosexuality, transgender, and everything that falls under the LGBT banner. So I want to go a little deeper into explaining the origin of those things, where they come from. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things is that I think a lot of people could have been helped and could still be helped if there were people, because all these leaders, so the pastors, the political leaders, who community leaders, whatever the case is, these people who we look up to educate us and guide us and teach us about these things, they don't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? They themselves are also very ignorant when it comes to the issue of gender. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the origin of gender and the origin of manifestations such as homosexuality and transgender and all those things. They don't know nothing about it. So it's literally the blind leading the blind. So as a result, people have not been able to get help like they could have gotten help. And also another thing that have really driven people away from even wanting to go a little deeper and understand this is the approach that the religions have taken. You know what I mean? For example, when you look into Christianity, for the most part, all these pastors can tell you is that, homosexuality and transgender and things like that are a sin. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to hell if you do those things. That's all they can tell you. But telling someone that, what they're doing is a sin and that they're going to go to hell is not what's going to help them. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to help anyone. If anything, it's just going to make them, rebel or not listen to anything you got to say, even if you're speaking the truth. Just simply telling people, hey, being gay, you're going to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because look at Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I mean? The biblical story where, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because they was practicing, things like homosexuality and so many other, sins. But it's not enough just to say it's a sin, you're going to burn in hell if you don't change your way. That's not helping anyone. To help people, we have to give them, the truth, the whole truth. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, creation, was never meant to be a mystery. All these mysteries of human existence, these things were never meant to be mysteries. You know what I'm saying? The Creator did not mean for any of this stuff to be hidden from us. You know what I'm saying? One of the very purpose for which the Creator sent us here was for us to learn all these things, all these so-called mysteries of the human existence and of creation. We were sent here to learn these things. And we were on a path of learning those things until we started falling to the Luciferian, temptations. You know what I mean? So today I want to take some time to dive deep into this. You know what I mean? So in order for us to really understand what we're dealing with here when it comes to homosexuality and transgender and all those things that fall under the LGBT manner, in order for us to really be able to understand it, you know what I mean, we have to be able to accept the truth. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to speak truth about it. You know what I mean? And speaking truth about something is not condemning anyone. You know what I'm saying? Speaking the truth about something is not condemning anyone. Actually, it is helping that person to liberate themselves. You know what I'm saying? From this darkness that we are all trapped in. You know what I'm saying? As I mentioned in the past gender confusion video, we are all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just to look at people who are, gay and transgender and things like that and say, oh, they're fucked up. They're sinners. They're going to hell. No, that applies to all of us. We're all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to, hold it to the same fire, then we're all sinners and we're all going to hell. So that don't just apply to one sector of society. You know what I'm saying? It applies to all of us. It's just that, we all carry within us this Luciferian darkness to a lesser or greater degree. You know what I'm saying? We're all spiritually distorted. We're all spiritually sick. You know what I'm saying? To a lesser or greater degree. You know what I'm saying? So it just so happens that homosexuality, transgender, and things like that, you know what I'm saying? These are different kinds of spiritual distortions. You know what I'm saying? These are different kinds of spiritual sicknesses. But it doesn't mean that, it's only people who have those are the only ones who are sick. No, we're all sick. You know what I'm saying? We're all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And we all have a lot of soul searching to do. We all have a lot of deep digging to do. You know what I'm saying? We all have a lot of work to do to liberate ourselves from this Luciferian darkness that's making us all sick and fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So that applies to all of us. You know what I mean? But the thing is, this very thing with gender confusion is the very thing, one of the main thing and most powerful thing that is being used to bring about the destruction and spiritual enslavement of humanity. So we must understand this. And in order to understand it, we have to be able to accept the truth about it. And for a lot of people, it's not going to be an easy truth to accept. You know what I'm saying? So let's begin with that. Let's be honest about it. Homosexuality, transgenderism, and all those things that fall under the LGBT banner, these things are aberrations. You know what I'm saying? From the will of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? They're aberrations from the prescription of nature. This is not what God intended. You know what I'm saying? homosexuality and transgenderism and things like that were all came into existence through our acceptance and practicing of the Luciferian principles and temptations. That's where these things came from. And because we've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, we are neck deep into this shit. You know what I'm saying? And not just that we're neck deep into it, but we're so confused and we're completely oblivious to it. You know what I'm saying? So now it becomes hard for us to accept it and really free ourselves from it. And now we're going to try to defend it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to defend our sickness. We're going to try to defend our spiritual distortions. We're going to try to defend the lies and falsehood. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not strong enough, you know what I'm saying, within ourselves anymore to accept the truth, which is the only thing that can liberate us and set us free. You know what I'm saying? So before we go any further, we have to accept that. And by me saying this, it is not meant as an insult, you know what I'm saying, to people who are gay or to people who are transgender. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put those people down. You know what I'm saying? As I said, we're all fucked up. But we're not going to get anywhere if we cannot accept the truth about ourselves and where we are and where we stand spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing that's happening within our society with people, you know, being afraid to speak the truth and people who speak the truth being attacked and things like that is a part of the Luciferian agenda as well. You know what I'm saying? It's to keep people from having these very important and courageous conversations, which are going to bring about some real change. You know what I'm saying? So if we really wish to learn anything, to really liberate ourselves from this Luciferian darkness, we must have these conversations and we must accept these hard and uncomfortable truth. You know what I'm saying? And by me saying this, doesn't mean that I'm perfect, or it doesn't mean that people who are not gay or transgender and shit like that are perfect. No, we're not perfect. None of us are. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's get into it. Matter of fact, let me say this, right? So if you see a crippled person walking, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody who's walking with a limp, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody who's walking on crutches, you know what I'm saying? You will make an observation and you will say, oh man, something's wrong with that person. You know what I mean? Now, by you making that observation and realizing that something is wrong with that person, you know, was that a mean thing? You know what I'm saying? Was that wrong of you? You know what I'm saying? Are you condemning that person simply by saying, oh, something's wrong with that person? Or if you go to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, and the doctor tells you, hey, you have to lose weight or you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? If the doctor says you're overweight and you have to lose weight, otherwise, you know, you'll get health complications and you'll die. Or you're going to say, oh man, the doctor is mean. Why is the doctor saying that? No, the doctor is not mean. The doctor is telling you the truth. It's a hard and uncomfortable truth, but that's the only thing that's going to save you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing here. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about homosexuality and transgender and everything that falls under the LGBT banner. So if we wish to really, you know ourselves, this is the conversation that we must have. So let's go ahead and get into this. So I want to go a little deeper into the origins of, you know, homosexuality, transgender, etc. You know what I'm saying? Because in the last video, we didn't really go into the origin. We talked about the masculine and the feminine energy, but we didn't really talk about the origin of homosexuality and things like that. So where does this come from? How do people end up being gay or transgender? You know what I'm saying? Being born as a man and then feeling like you're a woman and vice versa, you know, and things like that, or, you know, having sexual relations with the same sex and things like that. How does this happen? You know what I'm saying? Because as we look, well, let's just start right there. How does it happen? Where does it come from? You know what I mean? So in this video, I'm not gonna go too deep into the origin because I'm thinking that I might do a part 3 video, and the reason is, you know, this stuff right here is very complicated. It's not something, you know, so simple to understand, because there's so many different layers and contributing factors to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of take my time as we're diving deep into this. But as I always tell y'all, don't take my word for any of this. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the source itself. You know what I'm saying? You can read the Grail Message for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my word for any of this. You know what I mean? And I'm only doing these videos to bring some attention and awareness to the Grail Message. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. Now, as I said, I'm going to take my time and let's get into the origin. So how do people end up being like this? Now, as I explained in the gender confusion, the first video, is that there are only two energies. You know what I'm saying? That's the feminine and masculine energy. Creation, you know what I'm saying, came into existence through the harmonious cooperation of the feminine and masculine energy. Creation is maintained through the cooperation of the feminine and masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? When you look through our creation, when you look through our nature, this is all you see. You know what I'm saying? The harmonious cooperation of feminine and masculine energy. And together they create this wondrous, beautiful, you know what I'm saying, thing that we know as nature, as creation, you know what I'm saying, as the universe. You know what I mean? It's all the cooperation of feminine and masculine energies. But the thing about it is that it's very strict laws through which the feminine and masculine energy are operating. They operate under very strict laws, under the laws of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? And these laws must be understood and respected. This is not something that we can afford to play with, and this is not something that we can afford to be ignorant about as we are today. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it begins. So the individuals who end up becoming gay and transgender and things like that, these are the individual whom under the Luciferian influence, you know what I'm saying, through their ignorance and operating under the Luciferian influence, these are individuals who did not understand and respect the strictness of the feminine and masculine principles. So as a result, they started playing around, they started messing around, they started toying around with feminine and masculine energies. You know what I'm saying? And so what this means basically is that these are individuals who started trying to fuse the feminine and masculine energy within themselves. You know what I'm saying? And not only trying to fuse the feminine and masculine energy within themselves, but trying to, express it outwardly. You know what I'm saying? This is where this comes from. So now what you have to understand is this. Human beings, we have been alive on this planet Earth for thousands upon thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? The average human beings have had hundreds and hundreds of incarnations. You know what I'm saying? So thousands upon thousands of years we have been living on this planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Through different incarnations. You know what I'm saying? Different lives, different names, different countries, different races, different ethnicities, and so forth. But we have been coming back and forth to this planet for thousands upon thousands of years. So that's one thing we need to understand, that manifestations such as homosexuality and transgender and things like that, these are not things that just pop up overnight. You know what I'm saying? This is something that took hundreds or thousands of years, you know what I'm saying, to bring about the kind of manifestations that we're seeing today. You know what I'm saying? But of course, it always starts very subtle. It always starts very subtle, you know what I'm saying, in the deepest depth of the human soul. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where Lucifer operates. You know what I'm saying? So for those human beings who started neglecting, the voice of the intuitive perception and started heeding the voice of Luciferian temptations, this is how these things started happening. You know what I'm saying? Through their acceptance of the Luciferian temptations, they started, playing around with this feminine and masculine energy, trying to fuse the energy and trying to make them one. You know what I'm saying? They started disturbing the feminine and masculine energy within themselves. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this is what Lucifer influences his followers to do. You know what I'm saying? And Lucifer, we have to understand the reason why it's so hard for so many of us to really grasp what's happening in this world, because we don't understand the being of Lucifer. But when you really understand Lucifer and the Luciferian way of operating, you know that Lucifer wants to bring the destruction of humanity by destroying the work of God. You know what I'm saying? And how is he going to destroy the work of God? By doing the very opposite of everything which the Creator put into place. You know what I'm saying? It's the great inversion. You know what I'm saying? Flipping everything upside down. You know what I'm saying? That's how Lucifer plans to destroy the work of God. That's how he plans to destroy humanity, by doing the very opposite of the will of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the very you know, this is where this whole gender confusion thing comes from Lucifer, right? So now we know that Lucifer operates within the deepest parts of the human soul. You know what I'm saying? Lucifer has supernatural clairvoyant abilities. You know what I'm saying? So he can see what is within the human soul before it even registers in our day conscious brain. You know what I'm saying? So all those human beings who started accepting Luciferian temptations and started, were no longer on their guard, no longer listening to the voice of the intuitive perception. So Lucifer started to plant these seeds there, and they started to accept these seeds. You know what I'm saying? So one of the ways in which Lucifer has tricked people is with this whole false ideology of love. You know what I'm saying? He started influencing people to cross the boundaries of the feminine and masculine. So what started happening is that people started to, the masculine started to want to be feminine, and the feminine started to want to be masculine. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have people, human beings, who are ignorant, you know what I'm saying? Ignorant just meaning that they don't know certain things, you know what I'm saying? Who are ignorant as to the laws of creation and, how it operates under the Luciferian influence. And then they start to mess around with the feminine and masculine energy and start to create this unhealthy balance of the feminine and masculine energy within them. You know what I'm saying? In due time, you know what I'm saying? If we do this long enough, which we have been doing for long enough, the manifestations that we see today are the result of these things. So as I mentioned, you know what I'm saying, due to our ignorance and operating under the Luciferian influence, human beings started to mess around with the feminine and masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? And as a result, they started to create an unhealthy balance of the feminine and masculine energy within themselves. They started to disturb the balance of the feminine and masculine energy within themselves. You know what I'm saying? And if we do this, because as I mentioned, this is not homosexuality and transgender and things like that. These are not things that came into this. These are not overnight manifestations. These things took hundreds or perhaps thousands of years, you know what I'm saying, to come to manifest the way that they're manifesting now. You know what I'm saying? So these people, you know what I'm saying, who are under this LGBT banner are people who have been toying with the feminine and masculine energy for a really long time, to where now this is the way in which it manifests. You know what I'm saying? It manifests as homosexuality, it manifests as transgenderism and so forth. You know what I mean? Because these people no longer have a healthy balance of the feminine and masculine energy within themselves. You know what I'm saying? So let's go a little deeper into that. What do I mean by a healthy balance of the feminine and masculine energy? Now, let me use myself as an example, right? I'm a male, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? I have no desire whatsoever to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a woman. I'm attracted to women, you know what I'm saying? But I do not want to be a woman. I'm a male and I like being a man and I want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So within me, you know what I'm saying, there is a healthy balance of the feminine and masculine energy within me. You know what I'm saying? And this healthy balance is not 50-50. You know, so a lot of people think, 50-50. That's the middle ground. That's the balance. No, but in this case, a healthy balance is not 50-50. 50-50 is a very unhealthy balance. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with people who are, gay or transgender and things like that. You know what I'm saying? They probably have a 50-50 balance of the feminine and masculine energy within them. So what this 50-50 balance means is that they, you know what I'm saying, they're stuck in the middle. You know what I'm saying? There's no strong decision. There's no strong will here, you know what I'm saying, to be a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in the middle. One minute they may want to be a man, and one minute they want to be a female. You know what I'm saying? There's no strong decision. There's no strong will to be man or woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this 50-50 balance is. They're stuck in the damn middle. So this is some of the reasons why we have men who are attracted to other men, or females who are attracted to other females, or men who are people who are born in male bodies and feels like they're female, or females who are people who are born in female bodies and feel like they're male. You know what I'm saying? So this is some of the manifestation of having an unhealthy balance of the feminine and masculine energy within yourself. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the ways in which it manifests. You know what I mean? So 50-50 is not a healthy balance in this case. It's a very unhealthy balance. You know what I mean? Because there has to be a strong decision and a strong will. You know what I'm saying? You have to want to be a man, or you have to want to be a woman. Not both. Creation does not operate like that. Look all throughout creation. Look at the universe. Look at nature. You know what I'm saying? It does not operate like that. You see the harmonious cooperation of feminine and masculine principles. They work together. You know what I'm saying? Each has their own role to fulfill. The masculine has masculine shit that it must do. The feminine has feminine shit that it must do. You know what I'm saying? They both have their respective roles in which they must uphold. You know what I'm saying? And by upholding their respective role, you know what I'm saying, it creates this one beautiful thing that we know as creation, that we know as nature. You know what I'm saying? So all throughout creation, this is what we see. Now, what do you think will happen in creation if the masculine energy is not upholding its role, and the feminine energy is not upholding its role? Or if the masculine energy is trying to do what the feminine should be doing, and the feminine is trying to do what the masculine should be doing? It doesn't work. Creation does not operate like that. We're talking about very strict laws. And when these laws are not respected, you know what I'm saying, and when we don't adjust ourselves to these laws, they will destroy us. There is no way around it. And right now, what we're trying to do with homosexuality and transgender is that we are trying to change creation. We're trying to change the laws of creation to adjust with our stupidity, our ignorance, our weakness, our sickness. That's never going to work. It's only going to destroy us. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a strong decision. You must be either masculine or you must be either feminine. You know what I mean? So people who are under the LGBT banner are people who have a very unhealthy balance of the feminine and masculine principles within them. You know what I'm saying? So a healthy balance would be something like 90%. Like, for example, within me, just throwing out numbers, you know what I'm saying? Within me, we'll say I have 90% of the masculine energy operating within me and 10% of the feminine energy operating within me. You know what I'm saying? Because I need both. But me being a male, being the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I have this strong desire and will, you know what I'm saying, I have made this decision, you know what I'm saying, to be male, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, the fact that you're a male or female is based upon decisions you made long ago, you know what I'm saying, upon your origin, upon your beginning into the material world. You know what I'm saying? These are decisions you made long ago. So it's not even something that God forced upon you. You know what I'm saying? God did not assign your genders. You know what I'm saying? We chose our own genders long ago upon our origin into the material sphere of creation. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, once again, it's very strict laws that is governing these things. So once the decision is made, once there's a strong will and once there's a strong desire, You know what I'm saying? The laws operate, you know what I'm saying, according to that. You know what I mean? So once again, this healthy balance within, me, for example, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing numbers out there. I'm not saying it's 100% right, but just give you an idea of how this operates. You know what I'm saying? We could say that within me, there is 90% of the masculine energy operating, you know what I'm saying? Which means that the masculine energy dominates within me because that's what I prefer, with only 10% of the feminine energy operating within me. Because, you know what I'm saying, men, we have testosterone, you know what I'm saying, we're mostly testosterone, but we also produce estrogen, but just a very small amount, not a whole bunch of it. You know what I'm saying? Just a very small amount. So that right there is a healthy balance for a male. Where in the case of a female, it'll be 90%, feminine energy and 10% masculine energy, 90% estrogen, 10% testosterone. That's a healthy balance within a female. You know what I'm saying? Which means that within that female, there is a decision, a strong will, and a strong desire to be female. Therefore, the feminine energy dominates within that female. You know what I'm saying? But once again, people who are gay and transgender and so forth, they have a very weak balance, don't have a strong, a healthy balance of these energies. You know what I'm saying? There's a very weak will there. There's not a strong will there. You know what I'm saying? So this is how people manifest as gay, transgender, and so forth. It's just under the Luciferian influence and due to our ignorance, you know what I'm saying, of God's laws, you know what I'm saying, and the power. And once again, we have to understand Lucifer knows what he's doing. Lucifer wants to bring about our destruction. You know what I'm saying? So one of the ways to do that is to make us misuse this power which the Creator has given us. Because this feminine and masculine energy we're talking about, this is power. This is raw power. You know what I'm saying? This is raw power. So this is like what we are doing right now with the feminine and masculine energy is like giving a machine gun to a 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? It's giving a machine gun to a 2-year-old, or giving a blowtorch to a 2-year-old. Imagine the damage, the destruction that 2-year-old is gonna do to himself and to others. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing right now with this feminine and masculine energy. We are playing with raw creative power that operates strictly under the laws of the Creator and will never change to adjust the human will, will never change to adjust the human stupidity, will never change to adjust to our sickness. We must change to adjust ourselves to the laws of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that we understand this. You know what I mean? Let me see what else. Man, there's a lot that I can say there, but I think that pretty much sums it all up, man. And like I said, I'm probably gonna do a part 3 where I'm gonna go deeper into the origin, you know what I'm saying, of this, because there's a lot more, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot more to talk about. And I mean, this is the reason why you should read the Grail Message. This is the reason why the Grail Message was given to us. And as I mentioned in the video that I did, I forgot the title of the video. But anyways, I talked about how the Grail Message was supposed to be the replacement for all holy books. You know what I'm saying? The Grail Message came to put all the lies and the falsehood back in proper perspective. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to take my word for this stuff. Dive deep into the Grail Message. And I always leave the link in my videos. You know what I'm saying? You can go on the link and read the message for free, or you can buy the hard copy. You know what I'm saying? I prefer the hard copy. I can't be reading stuff all day on the computer. So before I wrap this video up, man, I just want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything when we talk about the origin of homosexuality and transgender and things like that. I just want to make sure I'm hitting all the points that I wanted to hit in this video. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what's going on. People playing around, toying around with, you know, the masculine and feminine energy. As I said, this is raw power. This is the power which brought everything into existence. You know what I'm saying? This power which brought everything into existence, this power of God which brought everything into existence, you know what I'm saying? It operates as two, as masculine and as feminine. You know what I'm saying? But they operate, they complement each other. You know what I'm saying? They're never supposed to fuse and become one like that. They become one by working together. You know what I'm saying? That's how they become one. You know what I mean? So what the Luciferians are trying to do is that they're trying to take the masculine and feminine energies and they're trying to fuse it into one. You know what I'm saying? And this gender confusion is the clear proof of that. You know? And it becomes very hard to speak the truth, and the truth is the only thing that can liberate people. It becomes very hard to speak the truth because every time you go to speak the truth, they will say, oh, it's hate speech. You know what I'm saying? You're spreading hatred. You know, you're making this or that people feel bad. I'm like, come on, no, that's not hate speech. You know, and it's gotten to a point where it's just so ridiculous where people can't say anything. You know, I was watching a video not too long ago with somebody was interviewing Joel Osteen, asking him about his opinion about homosexuality, whether he thinks is a sin and stuff like that. And people, and you know, and the interviewer was asking him like, so, but if you say homosexuality is a sin, then you're saying that the people in your church, you know what I'm saying, that there's 45,000 people in your church, you're saying that they're sinners? And it's like they was putting this pressure on him, and you know, his dumb ass, he was so scared to say, you know, to say, yes, they're sinners. I mean, no fucking shit. They're all sinners. That's why they go to church. You don't go to church because you're fucking perfect. If you're perfect, you don't go to church. You start a church. You you become a pastor or something. You know what I'm saying? They go to church because they're imperfect sinners. So yes, the people sitting in your church are sinners. And you don't have to be ashamed to say it. We're all fucking sinners. But this is what I'm saying. These people that we look up to guide us and to educate us and to tell us these, you know, to help us with these great mysteries of mankind, of creation, they don't know nothing. They're just as ignorant or more ignorant than we are. The blind leading the blind. You know what I'm saying? Once again, this is why we must read the Grail Message. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video because I think for now I've hit all the point that I wanted to hit. I really hope that, you know what I'm saying, you got something out of this. And like I said, I'm gonna come back with a part 3 where I'm gonna dive deeper into the origins because there's much to talk about. This is such a complicated issue and there's much to talk about. But just know that there are only two genders, you know what I'm saying, because there are only two powers, two energies, the feminine and the masculine. This is where the cross comes from. The vertical beam of the cross, that's the masculine energy. The horizontal beam of the cross, that's the feminine energy. There are only these two energies in creation. Therefore, there's only these two genders in creation. That's it. Everything else, you know what I'm saying, it's a distortion. It's a sickness. It's an aberration of natural law, of God's law. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There's no, all these so-called gender expert and scientists and all these, they don't know shit. With all their education and fancy degrees, they don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And if they knew so much, then we would be so much clear about these things. There will not be the confusion that exists today. You know what I'm saying? They don't know shit. They're misleading people. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, let me go ahead and stop this video, man. There's only two damn genders. And by saying that, I'm not saying it to put people down, to make this person feel bad or whatever the case is. No, I'm saying it because That's creation. That's the order of creation. That's the will of the Creator. There is nothing above that. And I'm sorry if it hurts this or that feeling. Fuck your feelings. Fuck my feelings. Fuck everybody's feelings. The only thing that matters is the truth. And the truth speaks against all of us. No one is left out. No one escapes. The truth speaks against all of us. No matter how righteous you think you are, no matter what church you go to or religion you belong to, the truth speaks against all of us. It speaks against me, you, your mama, your daddy, the pastor, the pope, all of them. The president, your boss. The truth speaks against humanity because we have accepted the Luciferian principles and we have practiced and we have propagated the Luciferian principles, and it has brought nothing but darkness to our world. And that's the darkness that we have to live through today. That's the darkness that we see playing out today. You know what I'm saying? Nobody escapes this shit. So I'm sorry if you cannot accept the fucking truth. You can be as mad as you want. You can cancel as many people as you want. It's not going to change the truth. One of the greatest quotes ever was by Gandhi when he said, "The truth does not become a lie because nobody believes it. And a lie does not become true because everybody believes it." It don't work like that. The truth is the truth, whether you accept, believe it or not. And it will never fucking change. And if you fail to accept the truth, it's going to destroy you. And after you are destroyed, after we are all destroyed, the only thing left will be the damn truth and every other life form that is adjusted to the truth. Period. That's it. So I'm sorry if you cannot accept the truth. But it speaks against all of us. So know that. So respectfully, fuck your feelings. And while we at it, fuck my feelings too. You know what I'm saying? We have to accept the truth. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, it's peace and power to the true and living. It's the seed-born Nacirfa-Sun, and I am you.
If it ain't love, it ain't nothing. If it ain't love, it ain't nothing. Yeah. If it ain't love, it ain't nothing.